Preparing to live stream the meeting. Setting up your meeting. And why were you? Oh, I'll ask you that later.
It says it's now streaming live on YouTube.
Cool, but I can't see you. Something happened. Okay, there we are.
There you go.
So, Anne and I are here this morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We are here because we're finally going to do our Limerick contest. We kind of forgot about it. And, but we're back and we're going to do it. So that's cool. Right, Anne?
That's right. We're so excited about these limericks.
We are. It's very thrilling. So we had a ton of people enter on Instagram. Like, I ended up just picking the top 3 most liked limericks from Instagram because there were too many to choose from. And then we got about 3 entries on Rumble and YouTube each. So there's about 9 different ones to choose from. I don't know, maybe 10. My math might be wrong, but Anne and I are going to read them to you when I post the recap. I'll put them up on the screen so everybody can get excited and vote. And whoever wins is going to get something. We still don't know what the prize is.
You know, limerick bragging rights, but actually something physical too.
Yeah, it'll be something. We don't know. So, do you want to read the first one or?
Sure. First one from Rumble.
Sure. Start at the top of the document, right?
Yep. All right. Well, to begin with, someone very kindly wrote a limerick about us, so we're starting that first.
Yeah,
not to be vain here, but you know.
Yeah, and this one's not actually in the running because it's not political, which was part of our thing, but
that's true.
There was no way we couldn't share a limerick that was so kindly written about us, and it wasn't mean, you know, because we were encouraging disparaging limericks, but this one is not, so it's all very exciting.
It's a nice limerick. And I also think before we start, we should say that the brief was, the point of our limerick contest was to focus some of our current ire at political leaders in a creative and positive way, like writing a disparaging limerick. So anyways, but there is no ire in this one. This is incredibly kind. This is Jen Knit, and her limerick is: 2 young women named Anne and Deplorable have a podcast, which is quite adorable. They keep us in stitches without being witches, but tell the truth, which is inexorable. I know why you gave me that last word.
I looked it up because I'm like, I don't know what that means. I won't even lie. So for anybody else who doesn't know what it means that you're impossible to stop or prevent, which I thought was actually a really nice compliment for us. So thanks.
Thank you. I was about to say, that's why you're like, hey, Anne, want to read this limerick? And I'm like, I get to the last line, I'm like, oh man, I can't.
No, that wasn't why. I thought I'd offer it to you first. So, but yeah, the rest of them, most of them were about Joe Biden, but there were a few that they chose to go after other politicians, which I also appreciated. I thought that was fun. So Jen Knit did also submit another one. It says, there once was a man named Joe Biden. The truth in him ne'er was abiding. He lied to us all, and our country may fall, and he'll laugh as down the slope we go sliding. So there you go. And I the creativity. I did not write any of these. I know Anne has written some. It's a thing she likes to do, but
well,
I have never.
I've written a couple limericks in my day. I've written, let's see, near-death limericks and apology limericks. I wouldn't say that it's like a decided hobby of mine, but you know, when they dig up my, you know, I'm long gone, and they go through all my papers, and they'll be like, what's this and why is this here? So
what's the deal with the limericks in this chick? Come on.
Okay. Well, and the inspiration for this contest also, well, besides just that I think limericks are a great way to express yourself, that I was in a conversation before, and it was right around the political time where oh, that different GOP leaders were like, oh, before the 6th, are they going to certify the votes? Are they not? And I wrote a couple limericks about John Thune saying that he wouldn't, because again, I was mad, still am. But anyways, to continue with the limerick contest.
We all know how you feel about John Thune. If anybody has watched us for even about 30 seconds, they know how you feel.
Yeah, well, rounds also, but
not as much though. There's not as much ire there.
I've met Thune. I
on our
haven't
list.
met rounds, so
Oh, so it's not even like a far away hate. It's a up close and personal one. Oh, that's excellent. The next entry before you read it, Anne, is actually written by May Trisha's 70-year-old son. And they wrote it about their governor. Don't remember which state though. If you know, then you know.
I believe Wisconsin.
Okay. I don't remember, so.
All right. Anyways. All right. And this, I believe this was also a limerick that applied to this contest, but was written before this contest. So points there. On the same wavelength, me and her son.
Yeah, Anne should totally go hang out with that. They're on the same page right there. So that's excellent.
Anyways, I will continue to read. There once was a tyrant named Tony, who everyone agreed was a phony. He sulked like a kid when we didn't do as he bid, and when his one term is up, he'll be lonely.
I like it. And Anne, I think you need another cup of coffee.
I think I do. Well, I barely started on mine already. This whole 9 a.m. for me.
This is early for Anne, and I've been hanging out waiting since 6 this morning.
Sorry.
Just the different lives. People don't let me sleep in, so if I sleep until 7, I think I'm like pretty fancy.
You're like, whoa, it's late.
So late. I am so far behind in my life. So then we're gonna get into YouTube. We've got Tammy P. There once was a loser named Biden, and the White House he wished to reside in. He pulled off a coup. That's what a cheater would do. Knowing a complicit swamp would never chide him. So
there you go.
I love all the rhymes that people thought of. This is why I'm not I love to read, but I'm not so much of a writer. And all of the rhymes that people came up with were I was very impressed.
Do you want me to jump on the next one?
Sure.
All right, Carol B. Those people we sent to DC are tempted, as now we see, to jump in the bog with lizard and frog, and that's where the reptile should be.
Thank you, Carol B. This is let's see. We've got Neil. Neil is our next contestant, and his says, there once was a VP called Biden, a basement he did reside and hide in. He won an election by fraud. Voters were declared above board, even though they wore the clothes that they died in. I don't know. I think it's it tickles me. So.
And Elizabeth's is a personal favorite of mine.
Yes, I really like this one myself.
Right. Anyways, because, well, discuss after. But anyways, yours goes. There once was a man named Crenshaw whose muscles made the ladies go ah. He jumped from a plane and gained much acclaim, but when squeezed, he was all hem and haw.
Yes, and I'm glad that I mean, Biden is the obvious target, and that is who we got most of our stuff about. But there are other people who really should be brought to task, and Crenshaw is definitely one. I thought he was really for the people, and then when push came to shove, he just folded like a cheap card table.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, come on, man. Come on. It was Team Crenshaw. Didn't quite buy the t-shirt, but I was there. I was watching your press appearances. And now he's just like, well. I was like, oh, dang it. You two.
Yeah, that's not what we expected from you. I'm disappointed. It's, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
So now we've gotten through all of our online ones, and now we have Instagram. And our first one is from Allie 3777. And there once was a man named Biden. On his coattails, Kamala was riding. They said with a smile, "We'll stay here a while. Constitution will be rewriting." I think my cat just escaped. She can open the door, I guess.
She's got new skills. Should be careful.
Well, she's pretty tricky. But yeah, the I got nothing, Ann.
Oh, it's okay. I will go to the next one. By Lanunzer 9, which is also interesting because the name rhymes in with the limerick.
Maybe they did it on purpose.
Maybe
they should get bonus points for that.
Exactly. So reading said limerick. The election sure was a confuser. It's turned me into a boozer, but we will endure, and of one thing I'm sure, if you must cheat to win, you're a loser. So
that one is full of truth, let me tell you. And I have had more wine lately than I should probably admit. So unfortunately. Oh geez, I lost my paper. Let's see. Oh, and before we continue on, I would like to point out that one of our contestants on Instagram was considered so inflammatory that she had to have her comments hidden because they could be controversial. I'm actually going to read that one next now that I've brought it up because I don't want to confuse people. Sorry.
Yep. That's all right. Our next two are high in the defamatory level.
They're what?
That they're both. I would say that the next two are equally defamatory, but it was interesting that Hurricane Potteries had to be hidden. That it was
yes. Actually, sure. I'll read Sophie's first. So Sophie 0075. There once was a Polly named Joe whose favorite Veep is a hoe. His ballots were magic, multiplied. It's so tragic. To Della, I wish back he'd go. So apparently we can call the Veep a hoe, yes, but we can't call Joe. You and your dog.
Come here.
Her dog always gets jealous when we're together and wishes that they got more attention than they do. It's bad.
I'll just drag her over. Maybe she'll be
happy. Drag her over. Pet her. Let her read the inflammatory, controversial one. Maybe she'll feel better.
That's right. And it'll be perfect for Instagram too, because I will makes for a great limit. But anyways, I can read it off. Hopefully I won't be interrupted. All right. By Hurricane Pottery. There is an old pervert named Joe. His hands, they did wander and go to all the girls' faces and other wrong places. That awful old pervert named Joe.
That one, I mean, it made me laugh because Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. I have a small person. Honey, you can't come over here. What's up? Okay, well, find
As a
something
small
else to do. I'll be
person,
done.
I have a dog who is full of herself. It's one of those days.
Well, it's what happens. This is why we don't go live as much as probably I know people have said to me, oh, you totally should. We edit out all of this stuff because it happens every time we get together. Dogs bark, my kids interrupt. But through the magic of editing, I make it all go away. And it looks like we're super professional when in reality, that's really not the case. In reality, it's just me and her giggling. Yeah. Sometimes I do need to refill my coffee because I get sad when it gets empty, like it is now, or almost empty. But so those were all of our entrants. And there were more, but we didn't want to have it be too many to choose from. So this is what we want you guys to do. I'm going to repost this later on, probably today, this afternoon, I think. And when I repost it, I am going to paste the limericks up and probably number them so that you guys can go into the comments. I'm going to put it on YouTube, Rumble. I'm going to put the limericks on Instagram also so that we can find out from everywhere who likes which one the best. And that person's going to win some sort of prize. And we don't know what it is. It's going to be a surprise to everybody.
Exactly. A surprise prize.
But hey, I mean, what the heck?
Right out of the gumball machine of life. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly. So hopefully you knit or crochet or like yarn because it's going to be something to do with that. No, go. I let them play video games too early today, and now they played too much this morning, so they're done. But I should have saved that. I didn't plan ahead well. These things happen. So anyway, I'm going to post everything with the limericks so that you guys can see them again, read them while we read them to you so you know what's going on. And hopefully somebody will win something cool. And it was a lot of fun. And I think that a lot of people enjoyed it because this whole thing has been pretty nonsense. And so at least it was a little bit of levity in the whole roller coaster that's been happening. But
yeah, definitely. But thank you for joining us for our limerick contest. Vote in the comments and also check out our fun video with Murder Knits. Very cool conversation we had with her.
Yes, she was a lot of fun. So make sure you check it out. That went up a couple hours ago. So it's there now if you go look for it, episode 34. And thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys soon. All right.
All right. Thank you all. Bye.
All right. Bye. Maybe not bye.
Wait, hang on.
I don't know how to stop it.
There must be a way.
I don't know how to stop being live.